Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with The Sopranos. Last time around we had Second Opinion, where June got a second opinion on his cancer, ended up going through chemotherapy, didn't really take it well, and Dr. Kennedy was kind of ghosting him for a bit until Tony came in with Furio and threatened him with Furio. And so Dr. Kennedy went back to June to reassure him, make sure everything's okay. What's her name? Carmilla. Geez, you take 2 weeks off and you forget everyone's names. Carmilla was referred to a different therapist than Dr. Melfi, and a therapist who was straightforward and to the point and was like, you need to divorce your criminal husband, leave, take the kids, whatever's left, get the fuck out, you know? So, yeah. So that was interesting. I feel like there was other stuff, but I frankly can't remember. It has been 2 weeks, and I don't know. It's also the end of the day. I've recorded 4 other videos before this, so I am tired. You can probably hear it in my voice. Voice is getting pretty raspy, and we have a nearly hour-long episode to go through. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of The Sopranos. Here we go. Oh, gosh. Oh, is it a college thing?
Hey! Oh my god.
Oh, Caitlin's doing better.
You are so nice. I mean, I knew that the first day you saw me. Hug me.
Is she drunk or is she just extra Caitlin today?
So not depressed anymore. Try what? Ecstasy.
Okay, the more than drunk.
Get it.
I came up here to see you.
Got any more X?
For you?
It's Twitter. Thank you. He's pissed. Oh god, they're playing Ghost Rider?
Hello, Anthony.
Want a drink?
Another time, Anthony.
Another time.
Another time. Is he pissed because of the girl that he killed, or is he pissed?
Wait.
You trying to have sex with a girl who's on ecstasy?
Madam. Madam, wake up.
Sleep.
You drank too much fucking tequila. Come on, I can't stop now.
You should stop now. Okay, he stopped.
Ralphie's star is rising. All those unions probably can't come near that kind of cash for us. Ralphie's a good earner. Guy like that, loose cannon.
He's not worth it.
You leaving your house, he'll pull a Jack Ruby on you. You wouldn't have to punch this fucking asshole. Frankly, I was a little surprised.
Are you gonna start on me now?
But that's why he's pissed.
Disrespected the Bing. He bashed that poor girl's brains in. I hear you. I know. It was a tragedy. The fact is, though, she was not related to you by blood or marriage. She was not your gumad. Ralphie's a made guy, Tone. All things considered, he's got a legitimate beef. Make him disappear or make nice. You only got 2 choices.
Just make him disappear. Put someone else on his stuff. You can do that. You're the boss.
The look on Tony's face when I turned down that drink. Buy me a drink, fuck you. He knew it was wrong what he did. I was supposed to go over there for Thanksgiving, me and Ro. Tony's. Really? Fuck him and his turkey. I had to shove a drumstick up his ass.
Reverend.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Wood trim package, GPS with everything. Only 7,500 miles. I don't think it's gonna last.
Oh, he's never run into another one of Melf's patients.
Tomorrow?
I'm trying to, quit smoking.
Serial killer. I murdered 7 relationships.
Ma just wants to have a quiet Thanksgiving. She said that they would have it, just to chill with them, but they should be with their family. I feel
Ralphie's
so
gonna
awful
see
giving you
right
so little
through
notice.
this.
Okay, take care, sweetheart. Bye. All right, bye-bye.
Alright, good job. I'm sure you feel good about that. Oy.
Carm's father, he's sick. She had to cancel Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's 3 a.m. Been reading that book you told me about. Or The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
Okay.
I mean, here's this guy, a Chinese general, wrote this thing 2,400 years ago. And most of it still applies today.
Oh, yeah.
You know, most of the guys that I know, they read Prince Machiavelli. And I had Carmela go and get the Cliff Notes once, and he's okay. But this book is much better about strategy.
Meh. I mean, I guess I've never read it. They got a graphic novel version.
Listen, I wanted to ask you about the girl, that woman that was here today.
Now I'm curious. There.
I'm very sorry about the
I'm still watching.
I can't talk about another patient.
Just, it makes you wonder, that's all.
Everyone needs it. Oh my god, there is! Wow. I'm going to add that to a list. And I'm going to read that someday
Look at
then.
your car.
Meh.
No, thank you. I have some work I have to catch up on here.
Fuck is the button? If you say so. Everybody needs therapy. Because everyone's got problems, everybody's human.
You even know who's playing?
It so happens that I do. Detroit plays every Thanksgiving.
So they do.
Sanders retired. He's a real sweetheart. AJ, did you tell your dad and your grandpa how I served him when I waitressed at Kenny Rogers?
Colonel Sanders.
No, at Kenny Rogers, Barry Sanders.
Yeah, she served him.
I'm out of here. Yeah, I was actually watching Detroit versus Chicago this Thanksgiving. I don't really know anything about football, and it was quite honestly boring, but...
Yeah! But you know I love you more than anything in this world, right?
Dad, what are you talking about?
I know things haven't been so good with us lately. It's just... anything will ever happen to you.
Everybody, come on, dinner.
Now he sees her in there. Man, that guy falls asleep a lot.
Narcolepsy is an ASDA certified dysomnia. It's no picnic.
Almost time for turkey sandwiches!
I'll put more coffee on.
Oh my God, who could that be?
It's the Boston Strangler. Jesus, Ma.
Don't panic about it, jeez.
Hey!
Jackie, hi.
Panic.
You know everybody here, except
You know what?
Aaron.
I don't think Jackie cares.
Sure, I mean, I was gonna go over to Hunter's. You wanna go? I'll be down at
A soprano and a little Creole.
Don't. Janice, why are you still here?
You won't go with me, but you'd go with that black guy.
Oh, not you
I
too.
wanna go. Been hurt.
Yeah, she didn't want to jump
Give me some
in.
time, okay?
Cool. All right.
The Mercedes-Benz Coupes and Convertibles.
No.
Earth to Tony.
I'm gonna buy a fucking Mercedes.
They're gonna get one of those.
Want a Mercedes? Go ahead. It's a cute car.
Meh. You have a tattoo? I never noticed that.
Did you hear?
Will you please tell me what I did to this guy? Turned down a drink? I wasn't thirsty.
Ralph.
Ever since I'm back from Miami, he's up my ass. I'm earning with 3 hands here, and it's still not good enough to satisfy this cocksucker. And then he fucking hits me? I'm telling you, John, he's not leaving me a lot of options here.
Don't talk crazy. You want to commit suicide? Pills are a lot easier.
Meh.
Just tell Anthony you're sorry.
I was high. I admit it. And I swear to Christ, I'm not doing it anymore.
Tony, I'm sorry.
Fuck that. What good would it do?
It might save your life.
He hit me.
He was wrong, believe me, he knows.
He wants to apologize.
Oh, really?
Would that put this to rest?
If it's sincere, it might relieve me of a very unpleasant decision.
You know, they're about to break ground on the Esplanade. Talking about millions of dollars here, Tony. Wouldn't hurt either of us to have a point man in there who feels appreciated.
Capo?
No fucking way. Never. You heard what he did. That poor girl just had her 20th birthday.
Capo's what he mentioned. I threw cold water on it right away. I talked to him. He's delighted you want to see him.
Is that so?
He said that? What's he gonna do to make that right?
Just talk to him. He indicated he's very open to working something out.
Thank you. Thank you. Anything. Thank you. Thank you.
That's interesting. Just the difference between him and Richie.
The woman is 50 years old. Sometimes I just want to scream in her face.
Oh, she's
quit whining.
She's talking about a different.
No
she's talking about the Mercedes girl.
Her
Woman.
supervisor looks at. I have to sit there and take care of these people hour after hour with all their problems. And some of them are very real and very serious. And I'm sorry. I care. I really do. But it's hard sometimes. I just want to say, I hurt.
Good. Sure. That's why you're here.
You did. That's why you have him.
I'm sorry, Elliot. He offered to escort me to my car. I almost fell in his arms crying. Oh, Jesus Christ.
And, you know, it never crossed his mind what happened to her. He's just thinking about Tracy. Come on. It's episode 8. This won't go well.
I'm sorry, Tony. Okay?
Anything else?
Oof. All right. Oof. I did not need to see him trying to down one.
Good kid, but you never should have put Gigi in there.
Strong, good earner, well respected.
Not by that crew. To them, he's a gibbeline coming over to butt in. They don't trust him. They undermine him. On top of that, you got Ralph now pissing in their ears. Any day you'll have a mutiny on your hands.
So I take Gigi out. What kind of message is that send?
That you're indecisive and unsure of yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna have to stick with it now. Is he dead?
Jesus.
Did he just shit himself to death? Or did he die trying to shit himself?
I don't feel a pulse.
What the hell? Well, jeez! Jeez, I'm never gonna go to the bathroom the same way.
There are worse ways to go.
Even still, I'm the piece you do. Pretty fucking humiliating. So Elvis died.
Yeah.
That guy in Hollywood, too. Don something. Producer of The Simpsons. So there's a vacancy. There's a lot of business to do.
Ain't there. Well, look at him just... Do you bite the bullet and go for it?
Making you captain.
You are? That's great. Oh, that's fucking great. Anthony, you're not gonna be sorry.
I'm already
Thank
sorry.
you.
body is mad right. Yeah, but did you fuck her yet?
Please don't say that.
She's creaming for me, man.
Don't say that either. Oh, she missed. Could be worse.
Oh my God.
Let's see if it is.
You guys all right?
Okay, well, one car accident.
What if I take it for a test drive?
You have to be accompanied by a sales rep.
Anybody available?
Dale? Yeah. I'm going out. 600.
Thanks.
So when we say a test drive, are we talking like a test drive or a test drive?
No, it's okay. I'll just see you next week at the regular time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you next week.
Yeah, troubles. People in their troubles. Oh, they're on the boat. Oh god, the ducks!
Town and hide, and you be the captain.
Well, he is risen. He is risen. That means a number of things. Number one, Jesus, up from the grave. 2, Ralphie in his position. 3, though technically this should come before 2, Gigi being risen up to heaven. And 4, Tony at the end, well, part of him was risen. Okay, so what do we learn today, folks? What did we learn today? Don't try to force yourself to take a dump so hard that it kills you. I want to look up this guy that worked on The Simpsons. Okay, well, it's clearly not this guy, because this guy died in 2013, so... Do they mean Don Simpson? Yes, they mean Don Simpson, not a guy named Don that worked on The Simpsons. Good to know. Although, I don't know, I guess he could have worked on The Simpsons. He did not. Okay. So that's what they mean. I can't believe I figured that out. I can't believe I figured that out, that it's not a guy named Don that worked on The Simpsons, but a guy named Don Simpson. Very simpin. Anyway. Well, all the troubles with Ralphie are done, right? I probably not. Excuse me. Probably not. I mean, would you expect troubles with Ralphie to be over? Ralph is such a problem. He has such a temper, but... It's interesting, this... Like, comparing this to Richie, because we've pretty much been doing that all season. Comparing Ralphie to Richie, I guess I didn't really put together how much, like, Ralphie brings in. Like, Ralphie is a top earner. He should be captain. He should be a capo. You know? The only problem is his temper, you know? With Richie, I guess it was different. I guess, you know, Richie had a crew, but I don't think he was bringing in this much, you know? I don't know. I'll be curious to see where this is going. At least with this, I feel like something's happened, at least, you know? Like, I guess the past few episodes have just been rising tensions between Tony and Ralph, you know? Where, like, it didn't feel like anything was really happening. They just kept getting on each other's nerves, you know? Like, there were just every episode had to have a scene where Ralphie's like, this guy think he's doing? And it's just like, is he doing anything? I don't know what's going on. But at least here, it's like, okay, something happened, you know? Ralphie did apologize. Didn't get anything when he apologized, but He did apologize. Tony knows he was wrong for hitting him. But at the same time, yeah, he shouldn't have done what he did, you know. And now, because there's a convenient opening, now Ralphie is a capo. So, and I mean, just the whole thing of like at the beginning, you know, when he's like, "Oh, how about a drink, Ralph?" And he's just, "Another time, Tony." It's like there's such tension, but then you get to the scene later. And I'm sure he was more making an excuse, but it's just kind of funny when he was like, "Well, I wasn't thirsty, you know? I wasn't thirsty." It's like, that doesn't matter, you moron. But it's like, that can't actually be why. See, it's a thing of like, that can't actually be it. He knows what he did and he's trying to make up this excuse. On the other hand, Ralphie is kind of dumb, so I could also see that being legitimate. That he was like, "I wasn't thirsty, so I didn't do it," you know? But yeah, and then the whole thing with Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm recording this on December the 2nd, and this will be out, on the 20th? Merry Christmas, everybody. Oh well. It's too bad this couldn't align better to actually have this out, at least on Black Friday. Oh well. It's fine. And then we have the whole thing of, you know, Tony obsessing more about this whole Tracy thing, you know, when everyone's like, "Oh, well, she's just a whore." And it's just like, but I like that moment where he sees Meadow and he thinks of Tracy. It's like, yeah, he gets it, you know, just this young girl. It's like I don't want to know, like, I don't want to say, like, identifies, but it's like he sympathizes more because, yeah, he has his own daughter around that age, you know? He has a daughter around that age, and, you know, what if that was her instead of Tracy, you know? And don't worry, now she's with Jackie. I'm going to be honest, bit of a downgrade from Noah, but I don't know. An April and a soprano, as Janice said. Why is Janice still in this show? Janice has not contributed to this season, like, at all, except being beaten up by Russians. Like, that's it. Like, what are we doing with her anymore? You know? Janice really does feel like that was gonna be it at the end of last season, but then they had to change stuff after Nancy Marchand died, so they were like, "Oh, bring back Janice." What do we do with Janice? I don't know, but we have her. They did at least explain in this episode why why Ralphie hasn't been in this show before this season. Because he said, right, that he was down in Miami doing stuff, and now he's back up in Jersey. And that's interesting. That's interesting because I mean, it is a whole thing that it's like, you know, he's dating, you know, Jackie April's wife, but we never heard about this, you know, even after Jackie died, we never heard about it, and it's just like suddenly, and it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, but he was not invited to Thanksgiving, and he figured it out. He figured it out immediately that Tony canceled them specifically because of him, so I don't know. So there was the whole scene with Dr. Melfi and Elliot, where it was interesting when she was talking about, you know, her problem is like she's listening, you know, to this 50-year-old Mercedes dealer, and, you know, and she's like, it's an interesting thing that it's like, you know, having to listen and deal with other people's problems when she has such severe problems herself, you know? And that was interesting. I mean, she needed basically just recognition for what she had gone through, and she just needed to vent all of that, and, you know, luckily Elliot, that's what Elliot is there for, so. But it's interesting, because, I mean, it's the thing that, you know, Tony said of, like, you know, you look at her and it's like, what problems does she have? You know? But that's the thing. Everybody's got problems, you know? Everybody's got problems. I mean, you would almost think, like, well, why is Tony in therapy? You know? It's like, oh, you have panic attacks and stuff. But it's like, yeah, but you're a criminal. You're a mob boss. Like, you clearly have more problems than, you know, just this. But it's like, but everybody's got their problems, and everybody deserves to have that worked on, you know? Including the person helping you. The person helping you also has their own problems. It needs to go to someone else, you know? I don't know, man. But that was an interesting thing, because I will say, I feel like there has to be some parallel between Dr. Melfi talking about that and Tony. The problem is, I almost don't want to make the parallel, because what she's going through is so much worse than anything Tony's been going through, you know? But, I mean, but then that's comparing traumas, and comparing traumas is just futile, you know? Not that you shouldn't acknowledge how bad a trauma is on someone, but comparing it to someone else's trauma, like, that's just an exercise in futility, you know? But it's an interesting thing, you know, with the whole thing of, you know, just sometimes I just want to say, I hurt, you know? And I mean, it's kind of the same way of, like, you know, her being a therapist, you know, she has to be the one in the room to keep everything together and not display any of her problems because she's trying to help them. And it's sort of a similar thing of Tony being the boss, being, you know, he has to be at the top. Without him, you know, like, he's the captain of the ship and he has to steer it the best he can, you know? Because without a boss, it doesn't work, you know? But everybody's got their problems on this ship, and sometimes you just want to say, okay, but I have my problems, you know? It's like I have to be the load-bearing pillar, but I got my own problems, you know? So it's an interesting thing. I don't know. I mean, they probably paralleled that. They probably meant to parallel that, but I don't know. It's interesting. It's an interesting thing, you know? And then Tony just goes and fucks the Mercedes salesman, so yeah. But Ralphie is now captain. But I'm sure this won't fix everything, but I don't know. We got 5 episodes left this season, so we'll just have to see. We'll have to see where this is going. Is Ralphie going to keep causing trouble, or is he going to fall in line? For the sake of drama, I'm going to assume he's not going to fall in line properly. So, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But again, lesson from this episode: take a laxative. Take a laxative. You know, don't just try to force it out yourself. You never know what could happen to you. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Sopranos reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.